With over 600 million users, LinkedIn is one of the best platforms to build your business, your personal brand, and your profits right now. And in this video, I interviewed the Oprah of LinkedIn, Goldie Chan, and she breaks down 3 tips for how to use LinkedIn video to grow your influence faster, some new news that you need to know about LinkedIn, and the biggest mistake that she sees people make on LinkedIn that's hurting their growth coming up. Welcome back to Video Influencers. My name is Sean Cannell, and on this channel, we help you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And one of the platforms that is the best to be building your influence right now is LinkedIn. So I'm excited because today I've got Goldie Chan, the Oprah of LinkedIn, who's an expert in using LinkedIn video with us today. She's going to be breaking down 3 tips, how to get started with video, and how you can ultimately reach more people, build your business, get more leads, and build your personal brand with LinkedIn. But Goldie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here with you. We're in sunny San Diego right now. We're chilling.
For those that are just meeting you,
Yes.
You've got an incredible story of how you are now like keynoting at all these events and
Yep.
helping Fortune 500 companies grow their influence with LinkedIn and
Yep.
individuals build their personal brands. But tell me a little bit about your story, and for those that are just meeting you, there was a season where you were posting like a video a day, and when did you get your start on LinkedIn? And people don't even know you can post video on LinkedIn necessarily.
I
And so
still get that question. So I still get people saying when I was the #1 video creator on LinkedIn, people are just like, you can even post video on LinkedIn? So what does it even mean that you're #1? Which hurts the ego and the soul a little bit. But yes, #1, yes, you can post video on LinkedIn. And I got my start in 2017. So mid-2017, I started posting daily consecutive videos on LinkedIn. And if anyone has ever done that grind on literally any other social platform, it is tough. And I did it for 2 consecutive full years, over 750 videos, of which I shot and edited 98% of that just myself without a team, really. So now I know a little bit more how to edit.
yeah, no, that is amazing, and it's super inspiring. You know, a lot of our community are on YouTube, and some of them post daily videos. In fact, let us know how many videos in the comments do you post per week. But that's amazing, and of course, you had all these learnings during that time.
Yes.
And I'm excited to get into the power of LinkedIn. But first, why LinkedIn at a high level should we be leaning in as entrepreneurs, personal brands, and business owners?
Well, first of all, I have to start with not the formal response. I'll get into that. So the informal response to that is when I started doing videos on LinkedIn, the #1 thing everyone told me is, why aren't you doing a YouTube channel, right? Which makes sense because YouTube was so much more proven at that point. People literally had never seen a video on LinkedIn before, but I did videos on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is a super powerful platform. I think when I started in 2017, there were already over 500 million users on the platform consuming content, obviously not video, but they were consuming text and they were consuming articles. And I thought, why don't we just throw some fun stuff into the mix and just see if they'll watch it, which I think is the most fun part of content creation.
And so what's the status of LinkedIn today? I think there was a big shift when Microsoft took LinkedIn
Yep.
over, and now it's like this burgeoning platform. I don't know how many active users.
Yeah, so it's over 610 million right now. And I will say this, another interesting stat is that of the 610 million, only 3 million are active posters. So that is such a tiny percentage of the entire user base of LinkedIn that only 3 million have at any point in time created content for LinkedIn. And out of that, only 130,000 post weekly.
And video is one of the best ways. Of course, you can do photos if
Yes.
you can write there.
Yep.
You can do articles, and there's a
Yep.
lot of cool things. But video is one of the things that you're most excited about.
Yep.
And the organic reach on LinkedIn is unbelievable right now.
Absolutely unbelievable. And video right now gets 3 times as much engagement as text or still images. So the metrics prove it. Jump on it. And video, as always, is so exciting. I mean, I love video content in general.
Now, before we get into these 3 tips, there are multiple different ways to engage in video and some new news regarding video on LinkedIn. So what are kind of the opportunities?
Okay, so I'm going to drop something brand new. That is LinkedIn Stories. It is very similar to all the other stories that you've heard of, like Instagram Stories, or of course Snapchat, which is what Instagram Stories was based off of, and then sort of a sister, brother, distant cousin to TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So it's short form video content, and they've been testing it with college students in colleges across the US for quite a while now, I would say over a year, as well as with secret, private, small betas.
Wow.
Which is very fascinating. I'm so glad I can finally talk about this product. But that is the third video product that is now going to be available on the LinkedIn platform. The second one, we're going backwards, is LinkedIn Live, which only became available and is still in beta last year. So it's still very, very new. And then right before that is, of course, edited LinkedIn video.
So powerful. Well, let's dive into these tips because I want to learn how we can be using video, eventually stories very soon. If we apply for LinkedIn Live beta, we can maybe get in there and use live. Eventually, it'll be open to all of us. And actually, before we get into that, let me ask you, let's just talk about starting though. So for those that are thinking, okay, I want to create, well, what's the culture of LinkedIn? Do I need a fancy red camera that costs 30 grand? What do I need tech-wise? Do I need to do a bunch of fancy editing? How long should my videos be? What's kind of like the culture of video on LinkedIn?
So when I started with video on LinkedIn in 2017, I called it early YouTube. And I think we all remember early YouTube with the cat videos and everything is shaky and grainy and low quality. And that was truly LinkedIn video from 2017 to 2018. And now, as it's getting slightly more mature, we're getting into the third year of LinkedIn video. We're seeing higher quality because amazing YouTube creators and people who are creating content on other platforms are bringing their expertise to the platform. You do not need a red camera.
Sure.
But you do need to understand how to at least shoot cleanly on your iPhone or your mobile device. Don't want to exclude other phones from this, but just knowing how to shoot, say, a nice two-person setup on your phone using a simple tripod, that is good enough for LinkedIn.
And what is it you use today to create your content?
I mean, I really just use this. I use my iPhone 8 Plus. It's not even the latest iPhone, kind of embarrassing, but I shoot the majority of my content on there. And then for live streaming, then I'm using nicer equipment.
Do you plug in a mic and use some lights or anything ever, or usually just iPhone only type of shoot?
Yeah, so normally if I'm on the ground and I'm running and I haven't packed all my gear, then I'm just doing just the iPhone, but I love the Rode microphone, the little, I'm sure you've seen it before. It's great, it clips on, it also works with your camera. I love small portable mics, non-wired, because those are such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, the Rode Wireless Go.
Yes.
That's a super cool mic.
Super cool mic.
Yeah. Best practices now. So all you need is your phone.
Yes.
And there's all this opportunity and there's all this organic reach. But what are the best practices to grow? The first one we're talking about is actually know your demographics. What does that mean?
Okay, it means who are you trying to speak to? Because let's be honest, if you're trying to speak to 14 to 15-year-olds, I'm sorry, LinkedIn isn't the platform for you. But if you're trying to reach sales professionals between 40 and 45, yes, well, have I got good news for you? They are definitely on LinkedIn. So it's really needing to know, first of all, male or female, age demographic, where do they live in the world? Does that part of the world even use LinkedIn? Are they just on the platform itself? And then we can begin to segment out that demographic.
That's super powerful. And we always talk about, who and what here on Video Influencers. Who is your target audience? And then what problem do you solve for them, right? Like what that kind of helps you have some direction. And by the way, if you're getting value out of this video already, smash the like button. I'm loving these tips. But the second tip here is once you've recorded and posted a video, optimize your captions. What are some tips there?
Ooh, so captions, I love to tell people this. Captions on LinkedIn is not like captions on YouTube, is not like captions on Twitter, is not like captions on Facebook, etc. Captions are very picky on LinkedIn, and they are definitely not like captions on Instagram. So please do not do a 20+ hashtag block. It looks incredibly junky on a platform that is, let's be honest, more professional, and you don't want to look like you're using the same hashtags you use for your cat pictures pictures on Instagram.
Yep.
So make sure that your captions are clean, they have good grammar, they have correct spelling. Use Grammarly, use another product to help make sure that you are spelling things right. And also, you don't have to do just one sentence, but if you write more than one sentence, please use paragraphs.
Break it up.
Break it up.
So it's nice and readable.
Yep.
And is there anything you do? Do you try to open with kind of like a headline to get people to kind of watch? Like, how are you partnering video with your captions?
Well, I love that you asked that question, Sean. That's exactly what you should do. So you should start with a headline or start with a question, right? There was a hilarious trend that was on LinkedIn for a while called broetry, which is bro poetry. I will let you guess what that is. That did well for a while, and then suddenly all of that stuff did not do well because it wasn't optimized for the platform. It was a bunch of stuff that had a bunch of SEO keywords but didn't make sense when you really read through it. So now the kind of captions that are the best for LinkedIn are things where if you actually read through it, it makes sense. So it's not just 5 keywords stuck together, it's actual sentences.
And there is some relevancy to keywords on LinkedIn?
There is some relevancy to keywords on LinkedIn, but I think if you're really wanting to hit that SEO, you're really wanting to make sure that you are doing the right keywords. I always tell people this, you can own 2 hashtags. In your entire life on LinkedIn, you get to own 2. You get to own one that's your very own, for example, hashtag Sean Speaks, right, would be yours maybe. And then you get to own another one that is really what you speak to. For example, hashtag video influencer, something that other people are searching for. So you get one that's really tailored to you that you can literally make up.
Yeah.
So people can click on it and find your content. And then another one that other people are actually searching for.
Man, hit like if you're getting value. LinkedIn video is hot and these tips are fire. And we're going to get into tip number 3 in just a second, but we want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Grow with Video Live, the #1 video marketing conference for entrepreneurs, Las Vegas 2020, September. Check out this video. 65% of people use YouTube to help them solve a problem. But when I think about this, here's the question all of us need to answer. What problem do you solve? You got to know that. And when you know that, people are going to the internet, they go to Google, they go to YouTube to help solve a problem. You need to be showing up with those answers. So hey, if you want to learn more about Grow with Video Live, check out some info in the description below. And because you're a part of the video influencers community, if you want to grab 10% off tickets, just use the promo code video10, and all of those details are in the description below, as well as great resources from Goldie and everything we talked about in this video. Goldie, we're talking about how to really grow your business and reach more people with LinkedIn, build your personal brand. We've talked about knowing your demographics, optimizing your captions, use that headline, pick a couple hashtags, but your third tip is have a focus. What do you mean by that?
Oh gosh, so I think we've all watched videos where you just don't know where that person is going. It's like watching someone try to land a plane, but the airstrip is over here and they're going that way. So we want to make sure with our videos on LinkedIn, because we don't have the luxury of people going to LinkedIn just to watch videos, we want to make sure that they are focused, especially if we are thinking about LinkedIn Live. So if we're doing a live stream that's for an extended period of time, we want to make sure that we have a focus. So if they jump in 10 minutes, 20 minutes into our live stream, they know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Do you outline your videos?
I wish I could tell you that I do, because that would be the adult and responsible thing to do. I definitely do if I'm, for example, doing a branded video where I'm doing quite a few interview questions like we're doing right now. I would absolutely have questions laid out and I would have a direction that we're going in. I would have a focus. But for videos I do by myself, I just have the focus and then I run with it.
I love that. And then what is the optimal length of a LinkedIn video? And is there a time limit?
With a regular LinkedIn LinkedIn video, the time limit currently is, I think, 10 minutes. They're always changing this and fussing around with it a little bit as they do on other platforms. That is not the optimal length. So please do not release that maximum length video. The optimal length, really, if you're starting out, is 1 to 2 minutes. So bite size, but not too bite size, or up to 5 minutes. So really 5 minutes, you're kind of pushing that boundary level a little bit. But if you have a great audience, if you start to develop that audience, you can have longer videos.
If people want to connect with you, where can they find you online? Of course, LinkedIn. And let us know in the description, are you on LinkedIn? Are you active there? Are you using it to build your business? Are you like, whoa, I didn't even know this was happening? Tell us your kind of behavior on LinkedIn right now, if it's part of your strategy this year and beyond. But how can people connect with you, and what are some of the things you're working on?
So people can always find me at goldiechan.com, but if you want to find me on my socials, you can go on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/Goldie. You find me on Twitter at GoldieChan, CHAN. Find me on Instagram at GoldieCylon, CYLON, because I'm a huge nerd / Battlestar Galactica fan, so follow me there.
What's something we could do that's maybe going to help us get more reach, get discovered, or really a best practice for LinkedIn?
Okay, so I'm going to drop my mic for this one. Are you ready for this? So I call this the anti-serial killer hack. So whenever we're thinking about shooting video, especially vertical video on LinkedIn, I'm going to show you what not to do. Are you ready?
Yes.
So that is a frame that is terrifying. There's nothing attractive about having a frame that's literally so cropped in that you just see the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And I've been seeing quite a few new creators who are just not familiar with creating videos get a little too zoom happy.
Their phone is like right here.
Their phone, yes, exactly. Their phone is right, we're right here. Let's not do that. Give yourself some space to breathe, some air, because that just isn't an attractive look for anyone.
That's awesome. And man, it's been so great having you on the show. Thank you so much. Smash like if you got value out of this video. And of course, check out links and resources in the description below. And if you want to check out some of the other videos that we have on LinkedIn Video here on the Video Influencers channel, click or tap the screen. If you want to check out a video on some other topics, just click or tap the screen. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.